A storm raged through the night, its howling winds shaking the fragile wooden shack where little Ava clung to her teddy bear. The house smelled of dampness and neglect. At only 8 years old, she barely understood what was happening when her parents walked out the door, leaving her behind. Tears streamed down her face as she sat in the cold, waiting for them to return. But they never did. The years that followed were cruel. Ava was taken in by the foster system, bouncing from home to home, never finding a place that truly felt like hers. She grew up with a deep void, haunted by the question, why? Why had they abandoned her? Years later, now, at 33, Ava was a strong, independent woman. Despite her rough start, she had built a successful life for herself, working as a counselor for abandoned and troubled children. Yet, the scars of her past never fully healed. One day, an old letter surfaced, a letter her mother had written but never sent. It spoke of regret, of unbearable circumstances, of a truth Ava never expected. Her mother had never wanted to leave her. She had been forced to. With her heart pounding, Ava decided it was time. Time to face the ghosts of her past. She booked a flight and traveled back to the small town where it all began. The return, the town had changed, yet some things remained eerily familiar. She stood in front of the decrepit house where she had been left behind. Memories flooded her mind. She took a deep breath and knocked on the door. An elderly woman answered. Her face was lined with sorrow, her hands trembling as she covered her mouth in shock. Ava? Is it really you? It was her mother. Tears filled Ava's eyes as conflicting emotions surged within her, pain, anger, longing. Why did you leave me? She whispered, her voice breaking. Her mother collapsed into sobs, reaching out but hesitating. I never wanted to, sweetheart. Your father, he was dangerous. He threatened to kill us both. I had to run. I thought I was keeping you safe. But I was wrong. Ava gasped, the pieces clicking together. The abuse, the fear she had barely understood as a child, it all made sense now. She had spent her entire life believing she was unwanted when, in reality, she had been deeply loved. The unbelievable twist, but the biggest shock was yet to come. I never stopped looking for you, her mother continued, her voice shaking. But someone found you first. From behind the door stepped a middle-aged man with warm brown eyes that mirrored her own. Ava, he said softly. Her heart stopped. Who are you? Your brother. Ava staggered back. I don't have a brother. Her mother wept harder. You did. Your father took you away before I could get to you, and he told me you had died. I lost everything that night, both of my children. But your brother never stopped searching for you. Ava's world spun. Decades of pain, of feeling alone, of never belonging, yet here was proof that she had always had a family. The healing, the reunion was overwhelming. They talked for hours, filling in the years lost, sharing laughter through their tears. Ava realized that while she could never erase the past, she had the power to shape the future. She chose to forgive. She chose to love. She chose to heal. In the end, Ava's journey was not just about finding answers, it was about rediscovering the love that had always been there, waiting for her to come home. And in that moment, she knew, she was no longer abandoned. She was found. What would you do if you found out everything you believed about your past was a lie? Subscribe for more inspiring and mysterious stories. Like, share, and comment your thoughts below.